The arena was alive with roars, yet underneath the deafening noise lay a silence filled with questions. Could Oleksandr Usyk, the pride of Ukraine, defend his undefeated aura against the hardened veteran Marco Huck, the warrior of Germany? The lights dimmed, and smoke began to rise around the entrance. From one tunnel, Usyk emerged with a calm, unreadable expression, his eyes sharp, almost unblinking. He walked as if he carried the weight of an entire nation on his shoulders. From the opposite side, Huck charged out with fire in his steps, pounding his chest, a man unwilling to bow to destiny. The crowd split into chants, half screaming Usyk, Usyk, while the other half thundered Huck, Huck. It was not just a fight. It was a collision of styles, of wills, of everything a boxing fan lives for. The tension was suffocating. As both men touched gloves, the referee's voice echoed, but neither fighter seemed to hear. Their eyes locked, steel against fire. For a moment, time seemed frozen. Every heartbeat inside the arena throbbed louder than the drums, louder than the chants. Viewers at home leaned closer to their screens. Would Usyk's tactical brilliance dismantle the Germans' iron fists? Or would Huck's raw power silence the Ukrainian phenomenon? The bell was about to ring, and with it, the story of two nations, two legacies, was about to unfold. The first round loomed. The storm had not yet struck, but everyone could feel the tremor in the air. This wasn't just boxing. This was a gamble with destiny, and the opening seconds would decide who would impose their will. When the bell rang, it wasn't just the beginning of a fight. It was the start of a war. From the very first second, Huck exploded forward, charging with furious jabs. His punches thundered against Usyk's guard like hammers striking steel. The German crowd erupted, chanting his name, sensing blood. Usyk moved like water, flowing side to side, his face unreadable. But every time Huck swung with power, Usyk answered with precision, sharp counters, body shots that landed with surgical accuracy. Yet Huck refused to retreat. His power punches came in waves, testing Usyk's composure. The first round was pure chaos, one man fighting with raw fire, the other with cold calculation. In the second, Huck's aggression grew even more dangerous. He pinned Usyk against the ropes, throwing bombs. For a moment, the Ukrainian looked cornered. The arena shook with screams of Huck, Huck. Was this the night the invincible Usyk would finally fall? But then, with seconds left in the round, Usyk slipped a punch, pivoted, and unleashed a lightning-fast left cross. Huck's head snapped back, sweat spraying through the lights. The crowd gasped. Silence replaced roars. For the first time, the German warrior staggered. The bell saved him, but the tension had doubled. One mistake could end everything. The audience sat frozen. Would Huck's power wear down Usyk, or was the Ukrainian genius simply waiting for the right moment to strike? Round after round, the fight became a brutal chess match. Huck's fists were relentless, each strike carrying the weight of desperation. Usyk's movement was like a storm cloud, calm on the outside, but lightning waiting inside. Every jab, every feint was a test of nerve. In the fourth, Huck landed a crushing right hook that rocked Usyk's chin. The crowd exploded. Usyk stumbled for half a second, and in that moment, the German crowd believed history was in their hands. Huck surged forward, throwing everything. Each punch whistled past like a bullet, but Usyk survived. His guard tightened, his footwork sharpened. Slowly, the Ukrainian began to reclaim control. With every counter, Huck's breathing grew heavier. With every body shot, Huck's shoulders dropped lower. Still, the German would not back down. By the sixth, both men were bleeding, sweat dripping like rain. Every second felt like the last. The commentators shouted, "This fight is on a knife's edge." Viewers around the world could not look away. Who would break first? The warrior who refused to surrender, or the technician who refused to be touched. The seventh round was where destiny shifted. Usyk, patient all night, suddenly unleashed fury. He began doubling his jab, snapping Huck's head back again and again. Huck tried to answer, but his fists seemed slower, his power draining. Then came the moment. Usyk feinted right, stepped left, and delivered a brutal left uppercut. Huck's knees buckled, gasps echoed across the arena. He stumbled, eyes dazed, but his pride forced him to stand tall. He roared back, swinging wildly, desperate to prove he wasn't broken. The two men exchanged arms in the center of the ring. Huck's punches carried fire, but Usyk's had venom. The Ukrainian's accuracy sliced through Huck's guard. Each landed punch felt like a drumbeat, announcing the inevitable. The crowd was on their feet, screaming, crying, praying. Huck's corner shouted at him to move, to defend, but Usyk smelled blood, his eyes lit with cold determination. Every punch was now a weapon of destruction. As the round ended, Huck wobbled back to his corner, his chest heaving. His spirit was unbroken, but his body was betraying him. The storm was here, and it was about to consume him. The eighth round began with silence. Everyone in the arena knew what was coming. Huck stood tall, fists raised, but his legs betrayed him. Usyk, calm and ruthless, stepped forward. He threw a jab. Huck blocked. Another jab. Huck staggered. Then, boom! A crushing left hand smashed through Huck's guard. His body lurched backward, but Usyk didn't stop. A barrage followed. Right hook, left cross, another uppercut. Huck's face twisted with pain. The referee hovered close. Huck tried to fire back, swinging a desperate right, but Usyk slipped it and countered with a devastating combination that shook the German to his core. His knees bent. The crowd screamed. Time seemed to freeze. Then, the Ukrainian unleashed one final storm. 5 unanswered punches crashing into Huck like thunder. The referee had no choice. He stepped in, waving it off. It was over. TKO. Oleksandr Usyk had done it. The crowd erupted, half in shock, half in awe. Huck leaned against the ropes, beaten but unbroken in spirit. Usyk raised his gloves to the sky, his face still calm, his eyes filled with destiny. This wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. Usyk had survived the fire of a warrior and proved why he was destined for greatness. Fans knew they had witnessed more than a fight. They had witnessed a battle of wills, a story of heart, and a storm only one man could survive. The name Oleksandr Usyk echoed through the arena. A king had risen.